Welcome to TraderWay. This is Jade, and today I'll be walking you through the dashboard and how you could use TraderWay as an all-in-one solution for your car dealership stock and for your website. Let's get into it. Once you're logged in, this is going to be the dashboard where you control everything and view all of your stats. And through here, you could add a vehicle, check for a valuation, do a spec check, view a website, or change the website settings. And in order to add your own domain here, we'll have to add it through the settings. So we're going to go to Settings, go to the Domain section, and you would enter the domain over here. You would click on Save Domain and add the CNAME and the A record, and that should be it for the domain. Now going back to the dashboard, the first thing that we'd usually want to do is to add our vehicles that we want to display on the website. If we scroll down a little bit here, you'll see that I have my added vehicles here. And to add our own vehicle, we're going to click on Add Vehicle over here. We could auto-add the car or the information of the car by entering the VRM here, or we could do it manually. You could enter a VRM here, you could give it a year, a make, and the model, and the variant, and the VIN number. I'm entering anything here. And also, you would add the stats of the car over here on forecourt, and you give it a price. And once you're done with this, you could also add the previous owner and the mileage. Let's add all of that. Let's click on Create Vehicle. And once we do that, we have successfully added our car. Okay? It's going to take us automatically to the section where we add the pictures of the car. We're going to click on Choose Files. It's going to take a second to upload, but once it's done, the pictures are going to be here. And you could also choose a video if you have one available. Now that our pictures are uploaded, we can click on Save Changes. And what we could do is go to the description section, and here we would enter an attention grabber, a summary, and a description of the car. I'm going to fast forward to where I enter all of this. And once I added everything, I'm going to click on Save Changes. And one thing, if you're enabled by AutoTrader, you could use the AI feature to auto-generate a description for you. Next, we can go to the specifications, enter any extra specifications that we would like to, the fuel type, etc. Then the features, if the car has any extra features, you would enter them here. Images and videos, we already covered that. The social, here you could publish a post to the social media of selling the car if you'd like to. And the invoice and cost section, you could create an invoice if you wanted to. Now, if we go to our vehicles section, you can see that our car has been added here. And if we go to our website, scroll down, go to the current stock, we should find it here if we scroll down just a little bit. Here it is. Your website should be automatically configured to look very similar to this one over here. You'd have the hero section, some call to actions, and some other sections that you could fully customize. And back in the dashboard, in the website section, you could see that you could customize everything through here. You could change the theme, you could change the styling, the colors, etc. And you could change some of the assets that the website would have, like the logo, the secondary logo, etc. And now, onto the content and to the layout. Here, you could change the hero title, Model Luxury Cars at Your Disposal. For example, you can see that it's showing right over here. If we change it to just modern cars, for example, for cheap, and click Save Changes, if we refresh our website, it updates very, very quickly. And you could do that with every single piece of text on the website. You could change the hero subtitle, the web page text, etc. Also, you could customize the call to action cards. You could change the pictures, the text on them, etc. And you have all the customizations over here, the hero slides, the modules, the highlight and copies, the module banners, and all the other socials and stuff like that. All right, next, the pages. As you can see here, you could customize the order of the pages and everything that's inside of them. So the finance, about, gallery, sold, etc. And if we go back to the websites, and if we go here to the modules, you could also customize this and give it different orders. So search by make, as you can see, it's usually the first one over here, and it has a value of 10, which is the first one. All right, then featured vehicles, it would be the one underneath, etc. And you could customize it fully. All right, then highlights and copy, it's pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, now onto the SEO section. Once you create the website and add the domain, you should have this already pre-configured, But if you want to customize your SEO settings, you could do that through here. You could change the default search snippet, the default meta title, the default meta description, and the SEO keywords. You could all customize everything that you want right over here. You could change the inquiry email and the social preview image. You can hit Save SEO, and it would work as it should be expected. And next, the DMS. Here, you have reports, invoices, and vehicle costs. Reports basically report to you every single piece of status that you might need. If we go here, you can see like the projected stock profit and a bunch of other statistics that you will need to run your website and follow up how your business is doing. And next is the invoices. If you want to create an invoice, you would create it over here. Just click on Create Invoice, and you would add all the data that you need, the person that you're sending the invoice to, and you could download it and send it to someone. And finally, vehicle costs. Here, you would add the costs for vehicles, and it would show back in the report section of how much the vehicle costs and how much you're selling it for and how much the net profit would be, etc. Next section, the tools section. TraderWay offers some really good tools like the valuation tool. If we go here, we could enter the VRM of the car, enter the mileage of the car, and if we click on check valuation, we will get something like this. We would get a partial estimate of what the car could cost, which is a very useful tool. The next tool is reservation. What you could do here is add your Stripe key and collect payments on your website for payments for reservations for the cars on your website. Next is subscribers. You could have customers subscribe to your website or to your mailing list. And socials, what we could do here is add your social media and push your ads or your posts about cars that you're listing for sale onto social media. And finally, activity log. It's basically an activity log, and that's it. Next is testimonials. What you could do here is add testimonials of any sort that you'd like. Just click on Add Testimonial, and you would add it, and you would hit Save, and you can choose which one you want to display on the website through here. Next is leads. Here, you could manage all of the leads that come from your website. So if you go to the website and go to any of the current stock cars and go for this one, for example, the SMR Advantage, we could inquire about it. Then you would send inquiry. And if we go back to here and refresh, our inquiry would show up right here. So that's the lead section. And finally, the settings. When we go to the settings, here we could control pretty much everything. You could change your details, your password, your dealer details, and here you have the setup wizard, which is a detailed tutorial on how to set everything up. The domain section, where you could control the subdomain and change the domain, like we explained a little bit earlier. Mailboxes, you can set up your mailboxes here. Stock and imports, you could have all the stock and imports here, pretty much. And the billing, here's where you manage all the subscriptions and payments for your customers, and the team and user permissions. You could have more than one account managing the same account. And that's basically it. Hope you found this helpful, and this is TraderWay.